Knoxville, Asheville, Kirby Smith with Lightspeed Construction. This is Fred Rusi. Fred, you ever heard of the International Building Code before?
Yes, I have.
What's the acronym for the International Building Code?
IBC.
So guys, we're going to be talking about the IBC today. We're also going to be talking about the Energy Code. Know the acronym for the Energy Code?
EC?
Oh, good guess. It's the IECC. There's a word council in there as well. IBC and the IECC are related because the IBC in 2012 adopted the International Energy Code Council, IECC. So when that occurred, something happened for roofing that's very important to folks with commercial roofs. Today I've got a display here, and what this is actually an insulation board. It's an ISO board. Polystyrene ISO board. It's made to insulate your roofs, and it's also made to attach membrane roofs to as well. We've got a little roll of TPO here. Also, this is going to be what a commercial roof ends up looking like. So what occurred when the IBC adopted the IECC was that it became code to put a certain R value of insulation board underneath membrane roofing. Did you know that?
Yes.
Excellent. What R value does the IECC state that should be layered below a membrane roof? R25. Exactly. R25. So R25 is actually approximately 5 inches of ISO layers. 5.25, you hear 5.5, sometimes 4.5, but ultimately ends up looking like multiple layers of polystyrene ISO board. So what occurs is when a roof gets wet, when water drips in, or when there's a level of storm damage, let's just say you've got 150, 250, 1,000 square roof with a portion of that roof storm damaged, right? Where it's going to have to be repaired, and you know, the insurance company in many instances is going to come out and state, hey, it looks like this roof is repairable. We can repair this roof. We're going to write you a check for $2,500 to repair this roof.
Yeah.
What Lightspeed Construction and other contractors for that matter have figured out is that this is now code. Asking a contractor to put a membrane roof over the top of this old insulation board, maybe a 1/2 inch, maybe 2.5 inches, whatever. If we were to attempt to do this repair, this would not be to code.
It would not.
Because the IECC and the IBC govern codes. So, what attempts we make to mention this to the insurance company is we would submit that the IBC and the IECC govern this roofing work, and therefore we can't build it back to code, turning your $2,500 repair that your insurance company might be submitting for and might be offering funds for into a $200,000, $300,000, $500,000 roofing job. This becomes very important to building owners when that roof is in a level of failure or maybe needs to be getting replaced. Really what it looks like is a couple of $100,000 worth of value that they can get that they don't have to spend on the roof, that they can spend on other things. And everybody likes money that they didn't have to spend themselves, right? So what we would do is do a core sample in the existing roof. So we would cut a hole in that existing roof, and we would figure out and determine if that existing roof would need to be upgraded to match the IECC and the IBC's recommendation of an R25 roof. So, I guess to recap, your roof gets partially damaged. Insurance company wants to pay for a partial repair or partial replace. Basically some value that's going to be a fraction of the cost to replace the roof. The owner's going to want the roof replaced in many instances. These are some mechanisms that we can use to submit to that insurance company, that insurance adjuster, that they should go ahead and pay for the whole roof simply because we can't build it back to code. There's two qualifiers, and we talk about this on the supplements page of our website. You may have even tracked here. This description is on our supplements page, so check it out. It's under commercial roofing. The two qualifiers that are going to be very, very important is number one, does your insurance policy have a code upgrade provision? Meaning, is your insurance company contractually obligated to bring the construction of your building or the restoration of your building back up to code? So that's qualifier number one. And if it's not there, in many instances, they can say, hey, we highly suggest that you build this roof back up to code. We highly suggest that you build framing work or plumbing back up to code. But unfortunately, we just don't owe you that money. We owe you money to build it back in the pre-existing condition. This is a very important distinction, very, very important. And it contractually obligates your insurance company to pay or fund the job to be built to code. Qualifier number two is that your job needs to be code enforced. So you own a building in, let's just say, a rural county where they haven't necessarily adopted codes or code enforcement or haven't acknowledged IBC. If that municipality does not acknowledge the IECC and the IBC for code enforcement, then your insurance company can say, hey, we suggest you build it back correctly, but unfortunately, the governing body that's going to permit or issue permitting for this work doesn't really care whether you do so or not.
Right.
In the states of Tennessee and North Carolina, the entire states have adopted the IBC for commercial construction. So it's every single state. Now, some counties lag behind in actually releasing statement that it's going to be accepted and adopted. Basically, an obscure rule is stating that once the IBC has been adopted, every single municipality, whether stating it or not stating it, has 1 year to comply. We adopted in Tennessee, for example, the IBC in 2018 and stated that that's going to be the law of the land for commercial construction. So pretty much every single county, every single state, and every single municipality within the state of Tennessee, whether they state it or not, might be a little bit more difficult to prove on paper, has a level of responsibility to warrant IBC construction as permitted and valid work. Guys, if you're interested to know a little bit more about how to turn a $2,500 to $3,000 repair on your commercial roof into a commercial re-roof, say for example several $100,000, get some new membrane, get some new insulation board, and insulate your building a little bit better and make it code acceptable, give us a call at Lightspeed Construction. We have public adjusters and engineers on staff that are willing to talk to your insurance company and help them see that, you know, a lot of times these codes are very important. And of course, we'll be able to review your insurance policy as well. So guys, take a look at our supplements page. We talk about this a little bit. And please hit the subscribe button on YouTube for us. We'd love to be able to send you guys over some more fresh, terrific content, ways to work with your insurance company, your commercial or home, commercial building or home, and best service those properties. Kirby Smith with Lightspeed Construction.
Red Rusi.
Thank you guys so much for stopping by. We really appreciate you checking out this video.